Hey all, Mike Heck here with the Hyperactive Hypercube build vlog. This is likely to be my last build vlog for it because it's printing. I've printed a couple things, well, several things. One, I have a couple failures on a Benchy, but it taught me what I needed to know about where I was and what adjustments needed to be made. I am currently printing at a speed of 60 millimeter per second, which is slow for a Core XY. I am going to show you, I'm printing a set of railroad crossing guards that will also have a railroad crossing piece for the Brio and wooden train sets that my son has, because he loves his wooden trains. Now, hopefully this should be done in about 2 to 3 hours. The Octoprint is really weird, and it says that it's going to take 6 hours. Actually, it first said it was going to take 3 days because of the size of the file. Now it's down to 6 hours after an hour and 22 minutes of printing, and we're at 18%. I believe it's going to go even further down from there and hopefully finish in around that 4-hour time frame that the original Cura slice said that it would be. This is actually at a normal setting, so 0.12 layer height, and it's a fairly large amount of things that I'm printing, as you could see. The thing that I showed on my screen right now at first was 6 hours and 14 minutes at draft on my Wanaho duplicator, or it's actually a Monoprice Maker Select, which is a Wanaho duplicator clone. The things that I've learned, the actual instructions on Thingiverse say to use a PNP, normally open, inductor or induction sensor for this printer. That is wrong. The PNP normally open induction sensor will not allow you to get a good reading. The NPN, normally open induction sensor, is the one that's usually a plug and play. And in fact, I found one on Amazon that is specifically a 5-volt induction sensor that once I paid the $10 for it, $11 for it, and hooked it up, it's flawless. There's no problem with it. The other thing that I've learned is that the way that well, there's two more things. The cube that I made itself needs to be slightly wider and slightly taller. The actual height that I'm getting is somewhere around 12 inches, which is slightly 10 to 12 inches, which is slightly less than I wanted. And the homing of the print head brings it right next to the actual motors. So right now my motor is here, and my print bed basically scrapes up against it. So I've got all of this space, the width of a NEMA motor, that I cannot use because because of how I created this thing. The only thing that I'd need to change if I widened it out to allow me to get the entirety of the print bed between the two NEMA motors is I would need more of the toothed belt material. And the height issue, or the height thing that I'm dealing with, I could get potentially up to 400, well, slightly less than 400 millimeters of height. And then it would be where I kind of want it to be. That is something that I'd have to buy more of the 2020 T-square aluminum, and it might happen in the future, but not right now. Once I print my son his two things, I'm probably going to start printing out the Death Watch gauntlets that will hold these little guys that I printed out my Elegoo Mars, and that will be the start of my Mandalorian kit. The other thing that I need to print, or that I want to print, and I cannot wait to do so, is my helmet. Because I went with the spikes and the rounded eye for the helmet so that I look like one of the forge masters or mistresses or whatever you want to call them. Because I'm a maker, and why not? Anyway, stay safe, stay healthy. As always, feel free to subscribe. Comments below any suggestions that you might have. And by the way, I do want to give a shout out and say thank you very much to everyone who gave me suggestions on where to get a potential source of spring steel so that I might be able to put a spring steel build plate on here. I'm still investigating that, early days for that. That's something that I'll do later if I feel like doing it. But yeah, it's printing. It's looking pretty good so far. I will post some updates here later and let you all know what it really looks like when it's done printing everything. So again, stay safe, stay healthy, and we will talk with you all later.